Hi guys, can you hear me? Sorry I'm so late. Oh my goodness, I was getting everything ready. My son had to go to a last minute, I can't call it play date, I have to call it a hangout because he's 15 now. But sorry, I was just in a big rush. Can you guys hear me though? Hi Leandra. Hi Sandy. Hi Abraham. I just want to make sure you guys hear me. Can you just, yay. Okay, thank you, Gary Chambers. Oh, sorry. I'm just like really overwhelmed today. I had too many things going on. So thank you all so much for being here. Oh, and it's so hot inside my house and I have the oven on. Hi, Susie. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Gloria Calderon. Yes, today we're going to do some yummy cookies. So I'm really excited to do cookies today because I'm going to be doing a video later with Natalie, and these are Natalie's cookies. So I will put the recipe in my community tab later in case you guys want to make it. But yeah, Natalie was the first person I made these for. And so I'm super excited. And actually, I want to send them to someone in the chat after. So I will just pick someone randomly at the end. And if you want to email me your address, then I'll send them to you. Okay, so the questions, I like the questions. So I had a few questions about the cookies. I didn't actually get them all together because I was in such a rush today. But from Donna 9917, she said, I too want to see your cookie recipe and I don't enjoy baking. And then Tracy Francis UC2FJ, she says, completely off topic, 1 cookie recipe from Staying with Natalie, and 2 skincare routine. There were many more of you that asked about it. I'm so sorry. I just didn't get a chance to round it all up. But the recipe actually is from this book. It's Benny Blanco. It's a cookbook. It's a newer cookbook. I got it because his co-writer, Jess Damick, she writes one of my favorite cookbooks, which is called Salad Freak. And I just love every recipe in it. It's like delicious, hearty salads that are like full meals. They're like healthy, but they taste like so good, legitimately, not pretend taste good. They actually taste good. And so I got his book, and there's lots of fun stuff in it. But the cookie recipe is called Oatmeal Raisin Chocolate Chip Cookies. And I actually change it a little bit because I don't like raisins. So I use walnuts instead. And I think that I've actually made it both ways. And I think it's much better with the walnuts rather than the almond. I mean, rather than the raisins. But if you like raisins more, you can put those in. Okay. So I already mixed up the butter, the brown sugar, white sugar, and 2 eggs, just because I had to do that on my mixer and I didn't want you guys to have to listen to that. So after that, it asks for vanilla, but I usually use amaretto because I never have vanilla and I love amaretto. I just like I don't know, I like the smell of it and the taste of it so much better. So I use that. We will mix that in. And some flour. And this is a little bit of cinnamon, baking soda, salt, and cornstarch. But I'll give you the exact amounts in the community tab. But I'm just going to sprinkle it in there. Mix these together. Woo, making a mess. Should have seen me before this video started. I had like flour all over me and I had to wipe it off. Yay, SPTV Tattoo Warrior made it to a live. Yay. Hi, Blake Reed. Yay, you love amaretto too? So I didn't realize this, but I have an apricot tree out back. And if you get if you take the pit of it and you freeze them and you crack them open, there's a little almond inside. And then if you soak that in alcohol, then you actually get amaretto. That's actually how it's made. So I last year I made my own, but I've used it all up since. But once my apricots start coming, I'll have to do that again. It will be fun to do a video about it. Okay, so lots of oats. When I was at Natalie's house, me and Erin made these together, and we actually forgot the oats and had to add them in last second. That would not have been okay without the oats. Okay, chocolate chips. And I realized I forgot to get the walnuts. Oops. Lots and lots of walnuts. It's about 1.5 cups. Sorry, I just have to turn off this timer. I realized I couldn't use my phone right before the video as a timer, and so I put batteries in the timer that I had, but it was just beeping off in the corner. So I think I might ask you guys to be the timer for me. So what I wanted to talk about today was baking, because in my flower business, I actually would add like a dozen baked cookies to orders. You know, it was a really nice thing for people's anniversary, or if someone had something bad happen in their lives, cookies and flowers was just a really nice way to cheer them up. And ever since I've come out of Scientology, almost immediately, at first I worked at a jewelry store, and I would bake bread for the people who worked there. I don't know why, I was just drawn to it. I think, to be honest, I was drawn to baking because it was something that was, because it was the first time I had my own apartment and my own home. And I think that I was really drawn to things that were comforting and cozy and just, I don't know, made life seem beautiful and sweet and calm. And I that's the only explanation I have for why I became so obsessed with it. But interestingly enough, oh wait, sorry, I'm gonna finish my line of thought. So when I worked at the jewelry store, I would bake bread for people there. And then I worked at a healthy dog food company for about 7 to 8 years. And I would bring in treats to the office all the time. And I had a little side business where on Thanksgiving and Christmas, I would bake people's pies for them. And so that was always like I would stay up all night and bake people's pies and then go into work the next day. And I had kind of a dream to have my own bakery, but when I realized you would have to stay up all night, and that wasn't really conducive necessarily to having kids, then I figured I'd just, you know, incorporate it in another way, or, you know, like I did with my flower business, incorporate cookies into that. But actually, growing up, since I never did live in a house with my parents, I didn't learn how to bake from them. And you know, we didn't have any cooking lessons or anything like that at the ranch. But what we did have is occasionally the kids would be asked to go in and help in the galley at the international base where our parents worked. The galley, I guess that's the name that a ship uses for where it makes its food. But we would go in and help. And I was always helping in the bakery. And that's where I learned to bake. That's the first place I made cookies. And there was an Italian baker there. His name was Panuccio. And they would make bread. And he would make desserts for the executives and yeah, and I would help him with that. He would make like rolls of bread, like little bread rolls. I remember him teaching me how to make it so like the top is smooth. And I would make cookies, and all the other kids that were helping in other areas of the galley where they would be like cracking buckets of eggs, they would come in into the storeroom of the bakery and steal the cookies. And one time I got in trouble. Panuccia was like, look, you know, I love having you work here and everything, but you got to stop eating all the cookies. And I was like, it's not me, it's everyone else. And he was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, what human can eat that many cookies? I mean, the kids did come in like every second and take another cookie. And they were delicious cookies. I can't blame them. But that's actually where I learned to bake. And when I started getting into baking, seeing all the mixers and equipment and things like that, it just reminded me of that. That was actually, you know, so it's something we were doing as kids, as labor. We did labor 35 hours a week, which is horrible, but that was actually, like many things that weren't great that we were doing, that was actually an improvement upon like digging ditches. So it's actually something I look back on as fun. And another thing that I would do was help as like there were stewardesses. By the way, these cookies, I just add like a tiny bit of flaked salt to the top, and it just gives this little salty yumminess. So I would actually work with the stewards and stewardesses, and they would basically like bring food out. They would, you know, so specifically I would work with a gal named Tammy, and she served my Uncle Dave's table and my Aunt Shelley's table. And how I would help her was I would, you know, fold napkins. Like we would learn to fold them in special hotel ways. Like we would make swans, which seems kind of ridiculous. Like, why does the leader of a church need to have like these napkins folded in this luxurious way as if it's like a hotel? But it was funner than digging ditches once again. Okay, I'm going to put these in the oven for 10 minutes. If you guys wouldn't mind setting a timer for me, because I have no timer. Would you mind doing that? Okay, I'm just gonna put these in there fast. These are giant cookies. And I have a really bad habit of turning them all into one giant cookie. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll see. But even if it does, they're still really yummy. Okay, 10 minutes, please. Okay, so yes, I would help the steward, and her name was Tammy. And I think Natalie has talked about working in the galley as well, but their statistic was votes. So the crew would vote on service and how much they liked the food, and basically the galley crew would be judged on that. So I would try to help have Tammy. Thank you, Blake Reed, for setting your timer. Awesome, and thank you everyone else who set your timer. Oh, I need to keep my eye on the chat. Thank you, Candy's Life. So in order to help Tammy get lots of good votes, I would do art on the vote sheet for the executives table. And I actually have some of these. My mom, so I was probably doing this when I was like, I don't know, I was probably about 9 years old at this time. And I would do art. And my mom found these when, like, at some point when she was at the ranch and I wasn't. But this is the art that I would do when I was 9. And actually, my Aunt Shelley and my Uncle Dave would vote for my artwork. So they would say, Jenna artwork. Oh, Sterling's there. Hey, Sterling. And now I'm hungry. I have a weakness for cookies. I'm going to go see Sterling on Sunday, so I will bring him some cookies. Anyways, they would vote for my art. And This is like, they voted 15,000 for my art. And I don't know, here's a few more. And this is DMSM, so that's David Miscavige, Shelley Miscavige, and that's my art, for my artwork. I really, I think I needed to change it up a little bit, but yeah, so here's some more, and they did a little vote for my art gallery. They upped the votes. It was like, I got a 500,000 there. And I just wanted to show that because it's something that's actually kind of sweet. And I think that sometimes when people are talking about evil cult leaders, or if someone's involved in a cult, they maybe question whether or not they're in a cult, because they're like, well, this person is nice sometimes. This person does nice things. And I have yet to know someone who is completely evil at all times. And so, and also I think that at this time, maybe Dave changed a bit. I do think that he was always like controlling and power hungry and that sort of thing. But it is just a little bit of a softer side, and it's just an interesting thing to keep in mind about human nature. Because in the end, that's what learning about cults is all about. It's about understanding human nature. It's about what inside of us makes us follow a cult. And I think if you're honest with yourself about that and see that, oh, this person actually was a little bit charming and they're not just evil all the time, it just helps to prepare you against, getting involved in something like that in the future. And I just think it's an interesting tidbit. It gives a little bit of insight into who this person is, and sometimes they can be nice. 20,000 points for this drawing. Yeah, so that's where I learned to bake. Donna said, that is such a good thing to talk about, Jenna. I think you should maybe talk about this more sometime. Yeah, I would love to. I mean, yeah, I just thought it would be an interesting tidbit for today. Hi, Swedish Andrea. Hi, Jolie. Okay, so, sorry, just give me 1 second. Oh, yes. So another reason why I was really excited to bake cookies today is because there's something I've been wanting to do on my channel that I would love your guys' input on. And that is, I think that people advocate for ex-Scientologists in different ways. And I think that it's really important to get stories out there and all that sort of thing. But one of the ways that really appeals to me is that I have many friends who grew up in Scientology who currently do not speak to their parents because their parents are still in Scientology. And so the part of this that gets me is that when I think about those people that I grew up with, not hearing from their mom or dad on Christmas, and then Mother's Day, Father's Day, their birthday, that just makes me really sad. Like, in addition to having a difficult life, it hurts me to know that they're also reminded of this when the rest of the world is celebrating. And so, and I guess that makes me want to take care of them and hug them and bake them cookies. So one of the things I really wanted to do was to start a little birthday cookie program where I can make cookies for these people on their birthday. And I was just hoping that, I guess I thought it would be really nice if maybe they could hear from you guys too, send nice birthday notes, and maybe there could be a system, because I know a lot of people who are never-ins also have, estrangement or other things that that probably put you in the same position. And so I would love to have some kind of system where people can like submit someone's name, because no one's gonna include that, like no one's gonna be like, yes, can you please send me cookies? I thought that it would just be really sweet if people could submit someone's name and address and maybe their allergies, and if you know their favorite cookie. I just thought that that would be a really sweet way to just to make I don't know, to do something nice in those people's lives. And I would love to do that so much. I just haven't thought through all of the details. So I guess if you guys have any ideas on how this would work, but I thought it would be nice if like people were to leave comments, not on this, but like on someone's birthday. Maybe I could copy people's nice messages for people on their birthday and I could put it into a card or something like that. So I guess right now it's kind of a mess in my head, but that's something that I really wanted to do, that I thought would be, that would just bring joy to, that I hope would bring joy to a lot of people. And I guess this is really selfish, but it would make me feel better knowing that those people are hearing from someone at that time. Oh no, I'm not trying to sell the cookies at all. I'm just going to make the cookies for people and send them to them. Donna Hannah said, what a wonderful idea. That would mean the world to me. I used to have a huge family and all my family is gone. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, the comment went up and I couldn't read the rest of it, but I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I mean, if anybody has any good ideas for how this would work, like if you have just some suggestions on how I can streamline it, or if you want to submit someone's name and address, I mean, you can email me at jenna@ex-Scientologykids.com. I am not the best at answering my emails. Oh, good. One more minute. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I would love to sort of crowdsource the like just a good way, a good system for doing this, so it's not chaos. Maybe check them. Well, it's starting to smell like cookies. That's how I know that they're almost done. Time's up. Okay. Anna Marie, hello from Michigan. Okay, I'm gonna check them. Okay, my oven is really slow. I have to put it on for another minute. And I turned on the convection. Is that too loud, the fan? Oh, I do have hi Blake Reed, I do have a cottage license. Yeah, I already have that because of my business, my flower business, so we're all good. 10 minutes is up. Okay, I'm just gonna give it another couple of minutes. Okay, thank you, not too loud. Awesome. Okay, I'm just trying to say hi to a few people. Hi, Marie Marion. Okay, good. I'm glad the fan is quiet. All right. So, okay, now I'm going to pick someone in the chat who will get these cookies. I'm trying to think of the best way of doing it. I mean, I think that it has to be someone in the US and it has to be someone who wants the cookies. Maybe not if you're on a diet, or you can give it to someone else who you know, and somebody who's not allergic to walnuts, and oats and gluten and everything like that. Okay. I guess I'm just going to look. Put a 1 in the chat if you want the cookies. Okay, that's good. Yes, if I see you with a 1, then I will know that you want them. Okay, I guess I'll count down from like 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I choose Blake because everyone voted for him. And you did a lot of ones, so. Okay, perfect. Blake, yes, please email me at jenna@scientologykids.com, jenna@scientologykids.com, and send me your address, and I will send these out to you right away. And actually, if you guys have any sweet messages you guys want to send Blake, feel free to put them in the comments, or you can email them to me actually, and I'll include them in a little card for him. Yes, Blake deserves the cookies. I agree. I see him saying sweet things in everyone's chat all the time, so I'm super grateful for him. We'll do this again though, because you guys deserve cookies too. Okay. Honestly, guys, I think the cookies are going to be quite a bit longer. Let me see. Oh, actually, they look good. That was fast. All right, here we go. I almost succeeded in making them one giant cookie, but they're not. So they will be nice and yummy. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your guys' sweet comments and your interest, and I just would love to hear your input on my little cookie program. Just because I really want to do that. That's really important to me, and I think that it would make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. All right, I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Hi, Marilyn. Bye, Marilyn. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. See you again soon.